Hi everyone, welcome to Unscripted Coding. Today, as you can see, we're going to talk about the Model Context Protocol, or better known as MCP. Now, we're going to learn this together here, but MCP is a protocol first introduced by Anthropic and is being slowly adopted. I wouldn't even call it slowly, over a couple months, being adopted by many AI vendors and model makers across the board. Now, what is this? Well, in short, it is a standard protocol, a standard set of rules to allow different services to connect to AI models. So if you think about it, it's almost like an API. We have REST in which there's a standard method to get to put in an input and get a response back. The MCP is a little bit similar in that it tries to standardize this two-way connection, but it is done in a different way to accept more of the language model type of thing. Let's just very quickly take a look here. It's an open standard that enables developers to build secure two-way connections between their data sources and AI-powered tools. In short, what you're going to need is a host and a server. A host being what is going to make calls and commands, and a server in which the server is connected to your data source, to an application, to something that will respond back. Now, this is confusing at times because when I think server, I think I gotta set up something of a middleman to get all this working. But in the last little while, it's been a while actually, I've been using Cline and they have been creating kind of a marketplace. I don't know if that's the right term for it, but they call it an MCP marketplace. And you can see from all the icons here, they have started connecting a lot of different apps so that your AI can interact with them. Now I recognize, a lot of them: Spotify, Blender, Slack, Google Drive, Notion. There's Spotify again. So there's a lot of repetition here, but I see a lot of the largest ones I care about: WhatsApp, GitHub, GitLab, and many more. Now, if we scroll down, what we're going to talk about is MCP servers for Cline for now. Cline being our host, and then creating MCP servers locally on your computer to access these different sources. So Google Calendar, Airtable, Supabase, and so on. Now, on one hand, again, my initial impression, especially when I read this way back in November, was, oh boy, that's a lot of work. And that sounds kind of painful to set up a server and do all of that. But the idea of a marketplace of, one-click install makes this way more interesting. So I don't care about any of this of how they create it, but again, we can see there are many different applications that have allowed this. Brave Search is probably a great one to have. Same with Tably as search engine. So I was just working on my pun generator here. You may have watched that video, but I am just pulling up VS Code right now. And what you can do is go into extensions, install Cline, and then you're going to go into, say, Cline, see the marketplace, and click install, and so on. You've used VS Code, I'm sure that's an easy step for you. Where we see this marketplace is right here at MCP servers. And I note that this is something unique to Cline. I know that Root Code is something of a popular alternative, but you'll see that the MCP servers, they don't have a marketplace. Root Code is a fork of Cline. And you can certainly create your own and use it, but I'm just interested here in the one-click installs. All right, AWS documentation. That sounds like a great idea. Um, but you know what? Let's scroll down very quickly. Ooh, okay. I mean, this is one that I might want to do. Search personal WhatsApp messages. Probably not in front of an audience in YouTube. Um, Probably a really bad idea. But if we come down here, Dolly, this looks like it's fairly new. Blender is really interesting. What I was looking for is the Brave browser, but we could see SendGrid is probably great too. This one is to send emails out. Ooh, Wolfram Alpha. All right, I'm going to install that. And so we gave it a task to set up the MCP server. It is going to engage in, I guess, OpenAI native o3 mini. I don't know if that was necessary, but we're going to have it complete this for us. Okay, really good. It's just pulling straight from GitHub the correct command, and it's going to install a server right on my computer. Now, this is not something I'm particularly fond of. I wonder if there is going to be a very easy way to clean this up, but let's run the command. So here we run the command. It's going to start cloning and installing. Now, the other really big thing is before this marketplace, Cline had lots of prompts to help you build these really, really easily. Albeit if you're connecting to, say, Google Docs or something, you're probably doing a lot of stuff in the back end to make it work, to connect to their APIs, to whatever. But if you want to build other more simple MCP servers, we are getting to a point where AI can just build that on the go pretty easily. Okay, so it has completed it. It has created a JSON file. That's really good. So far, it's costed me 3 cents. So that's okay. I am going to try it out. So it has an Ask LLM tool. What is the derivative of synx? So no connection found. That's not great. Okay, let's just keep letting Cline go through this. Okay. Let's try another one. And I wanted to do Brave Search. 28,000. I should have no problems getting this one working. And in this case, I am going to switch. Where are you, Claude? We will go with Claude 3.7 instead. Give me a moment here. Good. And command. And see where we go. So once again, it's created a JSON and updated the JSON file. We're going to run command and see how we go. Okay, so I have to sign up for an API account. I'm going to stop talking for 2 minutes while I sign up and input an API key. Okay, so very quickly, I provided a key. They updated the MCP settings, and let's try and run this. Once again, no MCP no connection found for a server, but it is saying that one of the reasons is my VS Code extension needs to be restarted. So I will be right back again. All right. I am going to call it quits here. I have gone through quite a bit at this point, and the promise of a one-click installation isn't so much the truth. Now, it should be pointed out, I have like a billion things installed on this computer. Some of the early things is that I didn't even have VS Code running properly. It was awaiting a restart. So definitely some problems, but some quirks I've noticed is one, they prefer that the default terminal is PowerShell. So you got to make sure PowerShell is up to date. You have to make sure that PowerShell is your default um, default terminal. So I did have to switch it over. Um, what else? It seems like, and don't worry, this API key won't work by the time I publish this video, but in terms of arguments, when I'm Googling around online, I am not the only one with this kind of error, and I suppose I could keep running it and trying to jam it through. Um, but for whatever reason, my VS Code isn't running the commands in PowerShell properly. And that's a real problem because, of course, that's how the server is running. Now, it all looks really good. It's just telling the AI bot to follow the instructions in the GitHub, and it's going through all these settings, and in theory, it should work. Something is happening with my VS Code. Earlier on, it suggested that it might be that I have Docker running. I have installed, but it's not running. It could be the arguments aren't correct here, as the folks on GitHub were saying. But this wasn't the only MCP we tried. I am trying with Brave Search right now, but I also ran into the same problems um, with Wolfram Alpha. So I suspect there's something wrong with my setup, and it's quite frustrating for me because it would be nice if this would work. I'm calling it quits really to say, look, this isn't something that anyone can easily do without running into errors. If you follow the instructions and it works, great. It's very close to one click. But if you have setups, I suspect Windows 11 isn't the friendliest when I'm running other things in the background and I have quite a robust setup in the back already, that something is clashing. So do try it out. I think it's worth it. If this just installs and works, that would be great. But if not, don't despair. Like I don't know that this is ready for prime time for everyone to use yet. But I will keep trying, and if I get a chance to get this working, I will post something, another video up. But definitely frustrating. I wish this would work. The other thing was that it's trying to install global things on my computer. It's really the reason why I'm stopping, is because I don't want it installing random stuff on my computer, albeit all written and safe in the back already. Uh, yeah, and I don't want it messing with my path and all of that. That just seems like a bad idea on my part. Okay, unfortunate, but you do know that sometimes in unscripted coding, even something really simple stumps me and we end in failure. So this is one of those cases. Do let me know. I know MCP is all the rage right now, and I when I'm looking through these, I would love for my Cline installation to connect with my Google Docs, with my WhatsApp, and all of that. Um, Thanks for watching, and I will see you again next week, and hopefully we'll have some more luck. Bye.